Krásné hezké ráno přeji. U dneska už čtvrté hry z 6, kterou je Mass Effect, nevím kam v ní dál. Budeme asi zase celou hodinku jenom bloudit, ale možná se někam dostaneme. Ale příští týden bych tu měl mít lajka, takže ten mi když tak vysvětlí, kam bych měl kde jít. Musíme jít tamhle.
The CSEC officer states that preaching in this place is forbidden, and preaching anywhere on the Citadel requires a permit. This one humbly submits that it is not preaching to state the truth of the Enkindlers, and thus no permit should be necessary.
Is this really how you want to represent the Enkindlers?
The truth of the Enkindlers must be made known. They gave the Hanar language, and gave the universe the mass relays. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
What if I purchase the evangelical permit for you?
Finances are only a partial limitation. This one does not believe that one should pay in order to speak the truth. However, this one also does not possess the 150 credits necessary to purchase the permit.
I knew it. You're not just evangelizing, you're panhandling.
This one desires no charity. It only desires to spread the truth of the Enkindlers.
What if I purchase the
However, this one also does not possess
150 credits.
This one will not cause any further trouble.
I see the Hanar is left. Thank you.
Somebody needed to set that thing straight, and it obviously wasn't going to be you.
You have already demonstrated your ability. I acknowledge it, and I will learn from your example. Here, for your assistance in this matter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should report to my superiors.
Aspoň něco jsme udělali, když už nic.
Please do not disturb the keepers. Welcome. For your convenience, this terminal is programmed with information on the tower, the relay monument.
Tell me more about the relay monument.
Discovered by the Asari who first arrived. What is the meaning behind this? Or perhaps... No one can say for sure. making
Tell me about the...
access to these areas.
That's all for now.
Jsem
Thank you
chtěl.
for using Avina. Have a pleasant day. Welcome to Presidium. For your convenience, this terminal is programmed with information.
Tell me about the Citadel Tower.
Housing. Access to these areas is restricted to those with the appropriate clearance.
I'd like to hear more about the council chambers.
The business of the Council, which often has far-reaching effects on the galactic community, is conducted in a room at the apex of the Citadel Tower.
Krásné dobré ránko,
The
RS.
Council chambers themselves are truly a magnificent sight to behold, though few get to experience the view in person. Typically, only the councilors, ambassadors, and high-ranking officials, along with various support staff, are allowed access.
I've been inside the council chambers.
Only a handful of visitors to the Citadel are ever granted that privilege. I would be jealous, but that is outside the scope of my programming.
What happens in Citadel Control?
Citadel Control handles all incoming and outbound transit. Every ship within 2,000 kilometers of the Citadel is under the jurisdiction of Citadel Control. At peak capacity, they are responsible for monitoring upwards of 1,000 vessels.
What happens in Citadel Control?
At peak capacity, they are
I'd like to hear more about
the business of the Council. Typically, only the councilors, ambassadors, and high-ranking officials, along with various support staff, are allowed access.
What if someone has business with the council?
The average citizen must go through the proper channels if they wish an audience with the Council. This is usually arranged. Even then, few are given access to the actual Council chambers. In most cases, the ambassador acts on behalf of the citizen.
I'd like to know more about the...
Little is known about these peaceful servants of the Citadel. Regulations protect the Keepers against interference. Keepers can be seen in all sections of the Citadel, but are typically found in and around the tower.
Any particular reason there are so many keepers in this area?
The Keepers do not communicate with other species. It is assumed, however, that the tower houses the Citadel's primary control systems. Many of the station's systems, such as navigation and life support, function automatically. It is believed the Keepers operate those systems from inside the tower's inaccessible core. The Keepers also make frequent appearances in the Council chamber itself, though they appear to be just passing through on their way to some other destination.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
Mi to tam aspoň nebliká. Ještě bych mohl zkusit zajít. Musíme se podívat ještě. Jednou sem.
Reporter
Pak
Kalisa
ambasádora,
Al-Jawadi
pak
recently
zkusím
attempted to
odletět z
land an
lodí.
interview with Commander Shepard, the first
Aspoň, že
human
tu
spectre.
příští
Commander Shepard
týden
answered
bude
difficult
like,
questions, demonstrating
aby
that
mi
under
pak
that
pomohl
military uniform is a keen
právě
diplomatic
kam mám
mind.
jít.
We'll have exclusive footage later today.
Teď zase na mě bude řovat ta neviditelná holka.
I really appreciate what you're doing for me. Please let me know on my brother.
Think we're good, Commander.
Ne, neměl, no. Jsem měl ještě ten hodně špatný internet a ono by to nechtělo.
Commander Shepard, could I have another word with you?
Nikde ji tu nevidím, on na mě vždycky ta Emily promluví. A já ji tu prostě nevidím, takže... Jo, mi povídej, Jarisa, přesně na to jsem si teďka myslel, že to je přesně ten pech, který se může stát jen mně, že se mi bugne hra.
Commander Shepard, could I have another word with you?
Tak vždycky si na mě promluví, ale ona to nikde není.
My first CSEC posting was here on the Presidium, mostly for show.
Potřeboval svého ambasádora, jenže můj ambasádor je úplně v čudu.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Solarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Do you know anything about Spectres?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space significant enough to warrant an embassy.
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Usari and Solarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Why weren't they made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
That's pretty damn arrogant.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
Nás nikdo není. Tak prostě zkusíme odletět. Je možné, že celou dobu prostě to za mě udělal někdo jiný a já mám jenom odletět.
Binary Helix has settled out of court with a Krogan group that had accused the Genetics Corporation of fraud. The Krogan group had contracted Binary Helix to perform studies with a long-range goal of curing their genetic sterilization. The group later sued for a return of investment money when the study produced no viable results. In breaking news, Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been kidnapped by biotic extremists. The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
To je jiné místo, kde jsem ještě pořádně nebyl. Aha, tak já celou dobu měl odejít, nebo co?
Anderson, what are you doing here? I didn't send...
Aha, celou dobu jsem měl jenom odejít.
Let's go. Get us out of here, Joker. Now.
Děkuju, odhalili jsme to velké tajemství, stačilo celou dobu odejít, ale aspoň jsem udělal plno vedlejšáků okolo. Já se teď cítím tak trapně. Zajdu si pokecat s posádkou aspoň.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
How could anyone abandon their own child?
I cannot answer that. This is all speculation on my part. It is possible she wanted to be part of my life, but something happened to her before she had the chance. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived.
Do you know who matriarch Benezia?
She rarely spoke.
Benezia never told.
Union. Asari? It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by
How could
To
anyone...
jsme měli.
Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
Benezia. But I
To
will
už jsme všechno
remember
měli.
and honor how she lived.
Are you gonna be okay?
You are kind to ask, Shepard. I do miss her, and I grieve for what happened to her. But I will not let my grief interfere with what we are trying to accomplish.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard. I get the feeling
I
you
should
want...
go.
Goodbye,
Jsem
Shepard.
nechtěl.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
I just wanted to talk.
Of course, Shepard. What did you want to talk about?
Aha.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Tady nic není.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I should get back to my duty, Skipper. Rifles don't maintain themselves. Not yet, anyway.
What's your opinion of the last mission?
We've got a hard fight ahead. Fleets of AI dreadnoughts who've exterminated all life dozens of times over. I think the odds are against us.
We have an advantage. We know they're coming and we know about their indoctrination.
I don't plan to lie down and die, Skipper. Don't worry about that. But I'm infantry. Against Reapers, my rifle may as well fire spitballs. I won't have a place in this war. That's what pisses me off, not being able to shoot back.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
I can't believe we stole the Normandy. I mean, I'm not surprised after everything you've told me. But still.
You sound worried, Garrus.
No, not really. If you're wrong, we'll pay for it. But if you're right and we did nothing, I think we'd regret it a whole lot more. I just hope we can catch Saren before they realize we're missing.
We'll catch him. Just be ready when we do.
Yes, Commander.
We're fugitives on the run. Very exciting, Shepard. I wonder what the Council would do to us if we got caught.
We've got bigger problems than the Council, like Saren and the Reapers.
Good point. Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
I should go.
See you later.
OK. Tak letíme na ten EOS.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Shepard,
This is Admiral Kahoku. I found out who set that trap for my men. The ones killed by the Threshamu. Damn, I hope you get this message. It was a group called Cerberus. An Alliance Black Ops organization. Top secret, highest level security clearance. They vanished a few months ago. Dropped right off the grid. Nobody knew where they went or what they were up to. They've gone completely rogue, Shepard. They're conducting illegal genetic experiments, trying to create some kind of super soldier. I don't have any proof, but I found the coordinates for one of their research worlds. I'm uploading them with this message. They're completely out of control. Somebody needs to stop them. I've done my part. Now it's up to you. This is probably the last you'll hear from me. Cerberus is after me now. I need to disappear before they find me.
Shepard, may I speak with you?
It's not really a good time.
There is never a good time, but I need to say this. I do not know what is going to happen on Ilos. I hope we will stop Saren, of course, but part of me fears we are already too late. There is something I must tell you, in case we fail.
I don't plan on failing.
Please, I am not looking for comfort. Saren might already have the conduit. It is time to be completely honest with each other. I would have come to you sooner, but I was afraid. A union with another species can be a life-altering event. I do not usually... I have never done this before, Shepard.
I want you to be sure about this, Liara. Especially if this is your first time.
I am only 106, barely an adult by Asari standards, and I spend most of my time absorbed in my research. I never really thought about it. Not until I met you. I want to do this, Shepard. And this may be our last chance.
I want this, Liara. I do. But are you sure you're ready?
I have never been more sure of anything in my life. Will you join with me, Shepard? Let our bodies and minds unite.
Just tell me what to do.
Jdeme na to.
By the goddess. That was incredible, Shepard.
Amazing.
5 minutes ETA to the Mu relay.
I had better go. Duty calls. You would not want to keep Joker waiting. Shepard, whatever happens on Ilos, I just wanted to say...
Yes! Dali jsme si nějaký románek. Máme za to achievement. Ale uvažoval jsem o něm, že bych si ho nedal.
Commander? We've got company.
Have their sensors picked us up yet?
Well, stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea we're here.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer. I've looked.
Drop us in the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? No way we can make a drop in there.
We have to try.
Find another landing zone!
There is no other landing zone!
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option, it's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker?
I can do it.
Gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
Koho si vezmeme na cestu?
You two, keep moving inside, now!
Dobrý Joker. This is Joe.
We have to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There's no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren found a way to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
We'll have to find some way to get it up and running again.
Tak pojďte. OK, jednou radou. To půjde, jenom to chce. To savenem. Že bych to zkusil tady prsníkovat. Tak. Jo? A to si zrovna přišla o lechtivou scénu, protože moje postava si to tam rozdala s jinou postavou. Ta byla to skoro stejná kvalitka jako v Zaklínači. Kurník. Ženská s ženskou. Musíme si aspoň z něho sundáme ten štít.
Rally round!
A vypadalo to hezky. Super. Ale popravdě nebylo to, že bych to chtěl vyloženě. Jen jsem chtěl achievement za to, že to udělám. O, tady to saveo, super. Jsem se šel jenom pro bednu, jo.
Still has power. It must be running off its own generator.
I bet this is the command center for the entire complex. Saren's troops must have sealed the doors from here after he went inside. We'll have to figure out how to disengage the security lockdown if we ever want to get inside that bunker.
Jo, tady končíme dneska s Mass Effectem a jdeme na Nioh a potom Yakuzu, tak